Well, that's not a good sign. Brought this tractor in because, well, time to get the bean planter in here and do a little maintenance on it. We've got the 8230 in here as well, and guess what? We got some puddles under this one too. So a couple of these problems we already knew, and I tell you what, guys, it just is never ending. Something is always leaking, something's always breaking, something's always needing fixed. This tractor, for example. So this is the one that we had on the applicator while we were working on it, and we realized that while it was sitting in here, not doing anything, the entire control arm, this thing, keeps losing power, keeps losing communications to where you can't rev it, you can't move it, you can't do your hydraulics, your PTO, nothing works. So that's a deer problem. They are going to be out to fix that. I am not going to be tapping into any electronics or controllers or anything. That's way over my head. But while we're at it, I've got no idea what that leak is. And this leak seems to be coming from the overfill, or I don't know, the bleeder hose, something off these SCVs. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it's coming from this housing and running down. So another thing I'm not really interested in tapping into. And I think on this tractor, our 8335, it is the exact same problem back here, because everything is coming out of this same hose. This tractor's also got a second leak, and I'll show you. Check that out. That is our hydraulic pump. Hydraulic filters are here, and something is leaking up in there. Constantly running down here, making all of this dirt catch. Like, look at that. That is gnarly. So the back puddle, again, I'm going to let deer mess with. This one up here, I'm assuming it's just a line on the hydraulic pump that is cracked, or the O-ring has blown out of it. I don't know. I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleaning on it before I can really pinpoint where it's at. And I just found the second leak on this tractor, so I'm going to see if I can't figure out what's going on with that one. Because again, it seems to be right under the hydraulic pump. That's a positive. Look at that. Gosh darn, guys. There's a little less, this tractor's a little older, there's a little less stuff under here, so I can tell right away that it looks like it's that main hose up there leaking and just running down everywhere. So now, as far as how easy that's going to be to get that hose off, it looks like it's a short hose, but I know better than to assume that any project's going to be easy. At least there's a lot less on this tractor. There's just, you guys saw the pump on this 8335. There are hoses everywhere. And it's just, there's no way to tell right now which hose is leaking. But those leaks are going to have to wait for another day. For now, my fix is oil dry. And a whole lot of it too. Alright. Problem solved? For now. Well, I'm having to start today a little earlier. Yeah, not really. I'm just outside a little earlier. Kyle decided to take off this morning and we still got grain to haul. So, I'm going to be in a semi for this morning. For one load at least. And yeah, get inside the building and it gets really dark. So, how about this? I'm going to get this truck fired up since you guys can't see anything. And I'll see you when I have a little bit more daylight. Kyle was jamming. Nice. Brr. I regret my decision on not coming out here when I first arrived at the shop and getting this thing fired up. I'd be halfway warm by now. 'Cause it's cold out here. Man, tell you what guys, it has been a while since I've been in a semi. If this thing wasn't an automatic, I just might have to relearn how to drive it. But we're a little more sophisticated than that anymore. All I gotta do is push the brake and the gas and make sure I don't hit anything. I think I remember how to do that. $39 even. Remember that number. I gotta keep track of it. Alright, I think we're finally ready. Let's get on the road. So normally we preload the night before. That way in the mornings we can just get up and go. Trucks are ready, head straight to the elevator. But it was pretty late last night when the guys got back and we're pulling out of a smaller bin that still takes probably half an hour to get loaded. So we told them not to mess with it and we just load them this morning. Not to mention we only plan on doing one load today because we've got some weather coming in this afternoon and, well, fair weather truckers, remember? So first thing, before I head to the elevator, I gotta get some beans in the hopper. Wouldn't do me much good to take an empty truck up. Looks like I've timed this just about perfect. Dustin's full, just shutting the auger down, and it'll be my turn. And there he goes. This is a nice bin, good location for the farm we're at, but driveway definitely gets a little tight. I think that's close enough. Definitely gonna put my hat and gloves on though. Well, my gloves anyway. Pull my hood up. Alright, I think the guys said they've been able to run the auger about 370. That's 380. Close enough. I stopped just short of running it over. That was a little close. Made me nervous for a second. Okay, we are ready, but I got one more stop to make before we head to the elevator. I'll be right back. Got it. You guys didn't think I'd get back in a semi and not have a monster with me, did you? Not a chance. And pro tip, if you're in a rough vehicle, grab one with the lid. Not only do you get more, it doesn't go flat within 5 miles. Finally coming up on the elevator. Let's see what kind of line we got to deal with. There's the dump. Oh, not bad. Looks like Dustin's already scaled. Oh, we got less than 2 lines. Good deal. Shouldn't have to wait up here long at all. I wasn't sure what we'd encounter because Kyle and Dustin's first load yesterday, they got in and out pretty quick, but their second load, well, it was a couple hour long line. Well, my one load is done and headed back to the shop because, well, one load's good enough for me. All right. Made it back. Now, do you guys remember that number I told you not to forget this morning? That fuel number? Well, I remember it. Got to get that wrote down. What I don't know is the date. 212:39 gallons. Also, got to write my ticket down. It would help if their printer would work. I can't see half the ticket. I'm just going to guess. On to the next project. Headlights on. Might want to shut those off if I don't want a dead battery. So we're back over here at Grandma's. It's kind of dark in here, but these doors are way too hard to open for what we're going to do. So we have our seed tender.
Your hitch is way up.
Yeah, we need to drop it. We need to get it leveled. Right there. Good. Oh, perfect. So we need to know the height of the spout ground clearance because we've actually got a surprise for you guys this spring when it comes to our corn planter. Things may be changing, and little hint for you guys, we will no longer be planting corn with a John Deere planter. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We should be taking delivery of it in 2 weeks or so, I'm going to guess. So I'm excited to make a video on that and show you guys what we got in store for this spring with the corn planter. But this thing is a monster. It is very tall, and we're afraid that our little seed tender will not go high enough to get over the bulk tanks. And I'm sorry if it's a little dark in here. We're going to get a height on this real quick. So we've got 10 foot, 1 inch clearance. I'll get back over here, guys, where you can probably see a little better. So we've got a 10 foot clearance on our seed tender and our new planter. I mean, literally like a 10 foot lid on the bulk tank. So our fear is that it's going to be just way too tight, way too close to make that thing work with the new planter. And I mean, we don't have to have a very legitimate reason to upgrade another piece of equipment at the same time. And I think we have a couple different options in mind when it comes to our seed tender. I think we know which one we're going to go with, but we will actually be at the Louisville Farm Machinery Show tomorrow. We're going to check out some of those seed tenders as well, which also is why I'm in here, because we are taking Grandma's half-ton truck. 3-hour drive down to Louisville. It's going to be a whole lot smoother in a truck like this versus our 1-ton pickups that aren't exactly built on comfort. So I'm going to get this back to the shop, and I'll see you guys in a few. All right, what are the chances that Dustin's in there waiting on me? Any chance? Any chance? Am I really going to have to snap my fingers again? I guess so. At least it still works. Park this thing inside tonight, keep it out of the weather. Alright, well, that's where I'm going to call it a day, guys. And your fact today actually has to do with the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville. It's been around since 1963 and actually started out as an electricity exhibit for farmers. I actually looked up the year for your fact, and I thought that electricity exhibit part was pretty darn cool. See what it has evolved into today. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button. You guys are going to want to see this planter we got coming to the farm soon. So, hit that button, and we'll see you in the next one.